Alright gang, welcome back to our Farm Maze Challenge. It's now March, and as you can see, it is hailing, and it's hailing heavy. It's going to put a little bit of a damper on my plans for today, but it looks like it is going to end here probably in the next, hold on a second here gang, the next hour or so, possibly less. But it is March. Our corn maze is ready to harvest. Right now is the best time you could possibly have to go through a corn maze. This is what you want it to look like. This is what they all look like when you go do them. It's when they're ready to harvest, and then they look like this, and it's very, very difficult to see where you're going and how to get out of here, as you can tell. Very, very difficult. And I promise you at some point, it won't be today, at some point we will do this maze, or at least attempt to try to get out of it. We might make some minor modifications to the maze. Like I told you at the beginning, I've seen a lot of different exits to the maze here, so I really don't know why, but there's a lot. Normally, that's not how it is. See, there's an exit there. There's one somewhere else over here. Here. There's one here. And then here, right? Which I would assume this should be the main exit, but who knows? So we might have to make some modifications to it to try to make it a little bit more difficult. It might ruin the whole, image you see when you come back out this way, but we'll see. We'll see what we decide to do. Either way, the goal is still we're not even close to the goal yet to even attempt to try to do this maze, so we're not going to. We've got to get some more stuff put into the maze, actually. So if you bear with me for a minute here, sorry if I make you sick there going through that. Let's kind of do a little resting here until this hail is done, and then maybe we can begin harvesting this field here. Let's try to go into 10. Nope. 10:30 then. Well, it's gotten lighter, but it is still raining. Or hailing, I guess I should say. But it has gotten lighter. So based off of that fact, I think we're just going to leave it on that one. We'll get everything prepped and ready to go here. Now, when we left off in the last episode, we had drilled the small field we purchased down there. I did do the fertilizing for that field off camera between, obviously, the last episode and now, because we obviously have jumped a few months. It is March. I didn't want to just do an episode just to do that and do a bunch more contracts. You've seen a lot of that already. I'm doing a lot of that on every series right now, and it's just unfortunate that that's what we have to do because we don't have any money. So I decided, you know what, it's time to skip a couple of months here and wait for the males to be ready to harvest here. Now, it's March. It's not the best time to sell corn, but it's not bad. It's only about 100, 150-ish off what the average price would be at the best time to sell it. So we're just going to sell the corn today outright, make ourselves a little bit more money, and maybe we can see about buying some other stuff right here. Some stuff for the maze, potentially another field, because really we need to get some fields. We need to get some kind of lot that has wood on it so we can start doing some woodworking, because we've got to build that shed over there, as you recall. That's one of the main objectives here. So there's a lot to do here. Let's just skip time up here a little bit. Let's try to get this to end. There it goes. Why did I go to wardrobe? Didn't even go to the right menu. Come on, Z, get it together, brother. Okay, it's 11:21. We are now good to go. Oh, no, I don't want to fold that up. Wrong thing. We are now good to go to begin our harvest here on the field. Now, we did harvest it once before, but it was sunflowers, right? So it's going to be a different price. I don't recall. I really haven't looked. I probably should. I don't know which one's better, corn or sunflowers as far as price goes. It probably just depends, right? They're probably pretty similar. But anyway, we're on our way. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing as best I can. Making it through. Trying to get some of these videos knocked out. Just for the inevitable that's coming up. So won't go into more detail than that. If you watched one of my other series, I kind of went a little bit more into detail on it, but doing the best I can day by day, given the circumstances. So. This is a great challenge, man. I love this challenge. I mean, obviously we're already a number of episodes through, but man, this is gonna be so fun when we finally are able to, build this maze up to its glory, get a fence around it, and maybe that's what we do, right? I was talking about the different exits. Maybe we make false exits, right? We put a fence up to make false exits. Maybe that's what we end up doing. We just fence off that exit. It's an option. It's a thought. Now we have some new things on the maze here. As you recall in the last episode, we put down an old decrepit silo and then a water tower. They are going to cause us some issues, harvesting and drilling for that matter. They are going to be in the way, so we're going to have to maneuver around them as best we can. But I think it makes sense to put those down there because, I mean, the windmill we have in there, it's old and decrepit, so just kind of continue with the theme of old and decrepit. Now, obviously, when I put equipment down, that's not going to be the case anymore. Equipment is obviously going to be new or, well, gently used. Because as you recall, one of the rules on this series is I am not allowed to sell anything that I've purchased. And I don't think I necessarily specifically said it before, but that means fields too, crop fields. I'm not allowed to sell any of those. So that little guy we purchased down at the bottom of the hill, if it gets to a point where we really don't, you know, we've got bigger equipment at this point and we've got, you know, bigger fields, we got to keep it. There's no selling back of anything in this series. Which I think is a unique challenge for myself, right? Most of the time, I don't think I've seen, and to be fair, I mean, I haven't watched every single person's video. I mean, I don't have that kind of time in the day, obviously, but for the main crew and a few others, you know, that maybe are my standard, you know, watchers or followers or members or whatever, I try to watch their videos. Even if I'm a little behind, I try to catch up on them whenever I can. And I don't think I've seen anybody implement that type of a rule. That type of restriction where you're not allowed to sell back equipment that you've purchased. So if I purchase something accidentally, I'm screwed. I gotta keep it. There's nothing I can do about it. So we've got to be very, very careful when we buy stuff to make sure that it's going to be something we're going to utilize for a while and not just a one-off purchase where we're only going to use it once, right? That would be disastrous. Now, I did attempt this on a different series. It wasn't this one. I think it was the... I want to say it was the Survival or Survive 25. I'm almost positive it was. I attempted to, you know, borrow equipment from doing a contract and then try to utilize that equipment to do something of my own field. It will not allow you to do that. In FS25, you could do that. It was a little cheaty. This game will not allow you to do it. Unless I'm missing something, but I was trying to go about it the way that you would do it in FS25, and it does not allow you to do so. So they found our trick and got rid of it. Slightly disappointing, but it is a little more realistic. Get the words out there, Z. So, yeah, I'm fine with it. One other thing I'm working on, just a shameless plug here for a little bit. So, my members, I've got a number of members now. I'm working on a series for them, just as an extra thank you. Probably once a month kind of series. It'll probably be a little bit longer, probably like an hour and a half, you know, something like that, versus what we typically do, or at least try to keep on the channel, somewhere between 30 to 45, 50 minutes. That's what we try to do. It's not always that way. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's much longer. But that member video, I'm going to run it for a lot longer. Just because we're only going to probably do one a month. Maybe occasionally I might do two, right? It just depends on, you know, what's going on. If I need to run two for whatever reason to get some, you know, some progress, then we'll do two. This one I'm going to have to probably turn around to get that. This is where that maze and the things we're going to put in the ground here are going to play a key factor here. It's going to be difficult. We're going to have to do a lot of different angles to make sure we get all the crop we can, right? So I think I've kind of made the decision, and I think I might have mentioned this already, but I'm going to mention it one more time just in case I didn't. I think I've made the decision that the maze from now on, it's only going to be a corn maze. We're not going to make it sunflowers anymore. It'll just be a corn maze from now on. I like the corn maze feature. That's what I'm used to here in Ohio. That's what we go to, our corn mazes. So Not that I'm against sunflowers. Obviously, you put sunflowers in the field right here to the left, and we probably will continue to put sunflowers in different fields. But I want to stick to my roots here, and I want to make corn mazes. I want this to be a corn maze we're building up versus a sunflower maze. Right or wrong, whether you agree or not, that's kind of where my head's at, and I think that's what we're going to go with from now on. Just do a corn maze. But don't yell at me if we're, episode 40 or 50 in on this series. I don't know if we'll get to that far or not. I'm assuming we will, but I don't know if we will. But if we do, I think there's a good chance we will. So if we do get to that point and I decide, you know what, I'm going to change it up and put sunflowers in one time, don't hold me against it too much. For the most part, 99% of the time, it's going to be corn going in here. A little bit taller than sunflowers, too. So, a little more difficult to go through the maze, which I like that. I like the difficulty. It's poker night today, gang. Many of you know I'm an avid poker player. I play in a poker league. If you're new here and you happen to don't know that, I should say. I'm not good by any means. Not like pros or anything like that, but I've mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again quickly here. I've got a big, my first ever big poker tournament I'm going to out in Vegas. It's in January. It's actually during my birthday, the week of my birthday. So I'm really excited about it. Hopefully I do well. I've never been in a tournament like this. It's going to have, it's not like World Series Poker or anything like that. It's not anything like that. The entire tournament plus the hotel stay only cost me a couple $100. It's not. We're not talking like, big odds here or anything like that. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. See how I do on a field with a lot more players. I think so. I've never been to it before. This is where I play poker at. It's kind of a league. It's in a league. I play it's basically a 12-week league. It's 11 weeks, and then the 12th week, if you've made the cut line, you get automatically into the 12th week. But they basically do it. So there's multiple of this place. I'm not going to say the name or anything because I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I wish I was, but I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. So I'm not going to state the name out or anything like that. But I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about if you do play poker in your local area. But anyway, they do it once a week. It's a lot of fun. It's only $30. Very inexpensive. Great time. Hanging out with a lot of friends. A lot of my friends do it, so it's a lot of fun. In any case, they're doing a big one in Vegas. I guess they do it every year, but I've never really gone to it. So I'm going this year, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I'm excited to see how it goes. And somebody told me, I don't know how real it is or not, because like I said, I've never been to it, but somebody told me that there's so many people that go that if you do get first, it's way up there in money. Like 50 grand way up there in money. And I'm like, that's crazy. For a couple $100 for the hotel and the entry into the tournament, like, sure. I'll go. I'll just get the cheapest flight I can get out there to Vegas. I'll jump on like a Frontier flight or something, or an Allegiant flight. I don't know if you have an Allegiant or not, but if you do know, it's one of those budget airliners, kind of like Frontier. I'll just hop on over there and go out for a couple of days and see how it goes. A couple $100 for you to get entered into the tournament and your hotel stay from Sunday, and you leave Thursday. So, 3 nights? Well, technically it's 4 nights, isn't it? It's 4 nights. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You come back Thursday, right? Now, I'm fully believe. I think the tournament starts Monday. You fly in Sunday. I think the tournament starts Monday. I fully believe I'll be out day 1. But if I can get past day 1, like that's a win in my book for me, since I've never done anything quite like this. But anyway, that is not Farming Simulator. I'm sorry, I got on a little bit of a rant there. Those of you who have been around for a while know that I sometimes just go on rants, and there's no telling where I'm going to go with that rant. But anyway, I guess I'm just trying to get at the long story short, long-winded version of I'm excited, and it's coming up here in a couple months. So. So anyway, we're going to carry on here, knocking out this field here. It's, again, going to be a little bit of maneuvering. We've pretty much got around the 2 things we put in the last episode. We still have to get around the windmill here, which was a bit of a pain the first time we harvested this. So we're going to carry on. we'll get it done. It shouldn't take too much longer. It's just going to be a pain getting around this this windmill, and then we're pretty much smooth sailing. All right, we are all done. Let's go sell this thing, huh? We'll do a quick save here. I want to show you the prices really quick so you can see what I was talking about. Here we go. Now, I don't know if there's a corn dryer in here yet or not. I probably should look at that. Ooh, the prices are dropping, actually. Ooh. How about that? So they are going to be best around 1494 again. Like I said, we're not that far off. We're really not. So we're just going to sell these at the farmer's market. It's really close and only a couple $100s off what the best at max would be. And really, we got 23 grand, sure, but we need the money. We need the money. We've got a lot of things we want to do on the farm here. So this is going to be a welcome help. This one should get us pretty close to 30 grand. 28.4. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, and it's really not, but we're going to have at least one more load out of this harvester here. So the trailer for this truck is not very big. I think there's a modification we can do to expand it a little bit, but you know, we didn't really have the money for it at that point. So there are some new, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode or not. If I did, forgive me. I'm going to repeat it again, I guess. There are some new barns that came out on ModHub for me. They're relatively inexpensive. They're barns that I would love to put down on every series. Maybe a little overkill, but I would love to put them down on every series. They're red, old, rustic red, you know, barns. I love those. Very similar to like kind of like this barn here, a little bit smaller, obviously, but like this, but a little bit more worn, you know, a little bit... been through a little bit more weathering, I guess, than this one has. So I'd like to put one of those down, possibly today. It really depends on where we get here with the money. I don't expect we're going to get enough money to really buy another field. Although I'd love it, I don't think we're going to be there. So if we don't, it'll likely be that path of putting down maybe one of those sheds for some of our equipment, because right now they're just sitting out here in the weather and the elements, right? We really want to try to protect those. I suspect this one will not be a full trailer load here. I am going to be wrong. I am wrong. I am sorry. I lied to you. It was another full trailer load. Okay, so maybe not bad. We might be getting close to 40 grand here. Depending on how much is in the next one, which I thought this one was going to be it, so the next one must be very small. That or I just got my numbers completely wrong. The thing I got to remember is that on the other two series, we're utilizing the same harvester, and while this one kind of looks similar, it's not. It's bigger. And we got it used, so it was helpful, I think. So we'll see if we hit that illustrious 40 grand or not, but even with 40 grand, there's not many fields remaining that we could purchase. I mean, we bought one of the smaller fields already. Yeah, 112 liters, so there's nothing in there. My math was not really that bad. It's just I was only off by a tiny bit. 100 liters. Nice. Awesome. $37,579. So again, it's not a lot of money. It's really not. We need to re-drill that field, and we probably will re-drill it. Before we do that, let me just take a peek here. I'm almost positive there's not going to be anything. So we could buy one of these, but they're all grass fields, which means we have to get a mower. Mowers are going to cost us more than 25. Well, the 25,000 plus another like 15. So basically, we're not even able to do that. If we bought it, we wouldn't even be able to utilize it. What is this? What are these little splotches? Was there a tornado that happened and I missed it? Wait a minute. Wait, maybe I missed it when we skipped some months. Maybe there was a tornado that hit. There was. Oh, we missed it, gang. Dang it. I still have yet to run into one. Well, that kind of sucks. I mean, it's only like a small amount, though. Maybe it was the hail that did it? Maybe it was the hail damage. I don't know. I mean, it was only up here in this... No, I guess not. I mean, these fields didn't get any damage. But over here, they did. It does kind of look like a tornado path, sort of. But that's quite a big tornado. I mean, if it's hitting all this, it's a big tornado. But you would think it'd have more... like a lined path, not just little splotches. So I'm wondering if that's hail damage. I bet it is hail damage. I didn't really think that they were putting hail damage in, but I guess they did. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. We've got damage on our little field down here too. Damn, that sucks. So, again, our goal here was to look at farmland, and I got distracted by that. See, 124,000 for that one. I would love to have that field right there. It's got a bunch of trees on it. It's near us. Not going to happen. Not possible. All these fields are very, very expensive on this map. Very expensive. So there's very little that we could purchase, if any. 59,000, we're close. We're close there. But, I mean, that is an eternity away from where we are, right? And I don't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. I don't really mind driving that far away, but 44,000 for this one. There's not many trees on it, though. If we visit it, it's just a grass field. 42. That's probably the one we want. It's on a hill, so there's not really going to be a whole lot we can do with it after we get rid of the trees. I mean, I guess we can put a crop field on here, technically. Man, there's a lot of stuff to clean up here. I don't even know if we can clean up this stuff. This fallen over debris, all this wood. I don't even know if that's possible to clean up. I do like that it's kind of surrounded by this this little river here. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's a chance here, I guess. There's potential here, maybe. Maybe some greenhouses would be good down here. I don't know. We'd have to kind of think it through. I really love this view, man. Look at that. That's awesome. Oh, there's a riverboat. Okay, I can't really get out. There we go. That's cool. Anyway, I guess my point I'm trying to say is there's nothing. There's nothing for us to buy, unfortunately, without spending more money than we have. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just showed you all the different small fields and the prices of them. A lot of them are a lot more expensive than you think because they have a lot of trees on it, so they're factoring that in. Like this one, like that's a tiny field, but it's 119 grand because of all the trees. So, I mean, the only ones we have a chance for are these with their grass fields. So, there you go. That explains everything you need to know, right? Unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot we can do. I'm going to put this away. We're just going to have to kind of stick with working on our own fields. You know, harvesting them, making some money, saving that money so we can end up buying some other stuff. It's really where we're at. Okay, why? I'm literally right next to the tractor. Why did you get into the truck? Doesn't even make any sense. Anyway. There's not much in here, but I think it's going to be enough. Did I miss the corn? There it is. 60 liters. It's actually less than I was expecting, so let's pick this up. This is our extension to our seeder. Or it's just an it's not even an extension to our seeder. I said that wrong. It basically just gives us more seed. It's an extension to our seed hopper, I guess. I guess that's what we should call it. That really sucks about those fields getting damaged, though. Man, that really sucks. Happy to see it, because I wanted to see it, but it sucks. I wanted it to happen to somebody else, not us. We need that profit. Oh well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, somebody asked me in the comments. I saw the post before I started doing this video. I haven't replied yet. I will reply tonight. Somebody asked me how I feel about consoles 30 frame per second in limitation. Clearly, I hate it. There's a lot of rendering issues. A lot. I mean, I've showed you many of those already. We're working through them. It's not like, you know, to a point where you can't play the game, but it is a little annoying, and it makes it look like I'm not putting out the best content, or the best quality content, I should say. It's not really the Xbox. It's the game. It's limiting console players to 30 frames per second, which I don't know if they... I'm assuming there's a further rendering issue than just making it 30 frames per second. I mean, I've got an Xbox Series X. It's not... I mean, there's definitely PCs way more powerful than that, but it's not like it's a unpowerful machine. It's not like I'm utilizing, you know, an Xbox that's 2 generations old or something, right? I mean, I've got the latest, greatest one, so, I mean, it should be fine, but I wonder how Rusty thinks. I know Rusty plays on PlayStation, so I wonder what he thinks. I haven't really asked him. I should ask him. You guys probably already have, actually, as a matter of fact. See, there's some rendering issue right there. You just saw it. Textures and the colors just randomly change. It's very weird. I just killed crop. Oh, what am I thinking? Damn it, Z. Shit. Well, there you go. Now I made it worse. Fantastic. I think I was looking at this because I don't feel like any seed has come out. No, it says corn growing. Okay, never mind. It just wasn't looking like any seed was coming out. I didn't really see the seed number drop at all, and I would have thought it would have dropped at least 1% by now, but I guess I was just wrong. And in the process, I killed sunflowers. Damn it. Dummy! All right, well, we're going to carry on here, gang. I'm not going to put a time-lapse in. We did a nice long time-lapse already. But, well, it wasn't that long, I guess. But just do a little bit of a jump cut here. Get this going. All right, gang, we're nearly done here. And you may notice something in the right-hand corner. I decided to take on a contract. It was too good to pass up, and it's literally our neighbor's field here. Specifically, it's that cornfield right back there. It's a huge cornfield. If we accomplish the harvesting of it, it's going to pay us 13 grand of some sort, some change there. So, eyeing the $50,000 mark is very lucrative for us in this instance. I think I really want to get to the 50,000 because we need the money. We need to get some more fields here, so we don't have to continue to skip months or just do nothing but contracts over and over again. Granted, saying that, I'm going to do a contract now, but you get what I mean. The goal here is to try to get more away from the contracts. We only have to do, you know, maybe one an episode or something like that, not have to do 3 or 4 an episode. So we're going to take care of that one. That's going to give us 50 grand. Again, not probably enough to allow us to buy another plot of land, but it'll get close. We'll get close. Now, I probably will put a little bit of that into another time-lapse, I think. But probably not the whole thing. I guess we'll just see how long it takes us. If it's getting up there in time, you know, I might cut it and make it a little bit of a shorter time-lapse since we already have a time-lapse. We'll see. We will see how long it takes us and where it goes, but I'm really looking forward to the money that's going to bring in. And since it's so close, it was a no-brainer for me. I think the biggest problem we're going to have is the transporting. We're going to do a lot of driving back and forth. But that truck we have is pretty quick. It's just unfortunately doesn't really hold that much. Now, I don't think I need to go down this whole path here, but I'm going to hit a few of these little spots here in the beginning because I do think there was some mist, and then I know up here there was some mist. Yeah, here it is. And then this field is done for today. We'll need to have a second application of fertilizer in the next episode. Well, if it's, well, I guess I should preface that. If it's literally only fertilizing we're going to do, I probably will just skip that month. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Let's put this away. Let's jump into the harvester here. Talked about putting down a shed, and we still have plans to do that, but I probably will end up doing that off camera now that I've done this, or I've accepted this contract. We'll probably do that off camera. And we are underway. This is quite a bigger field than I thought it was. This is a huge field. I thought it was kind of ending here. I didn't realize it went back as far as it did. So this is going to take us a long time to harvest. Certainly not going to be all done in one time lapse. That would just take way too long. I've been doing them, you know, trying to keep the time lapses a little bit shorter. Obviously that hasn't been the case so far, but I'm trying to keep them a little bit shorter. Today's, the one earlier was a little bit shorter. This one might be another long one, so it may just go against everything I just said, but let's get to it. Let's see where we get to. And hopefully it doesn't take as long as I'm expecting. Okay, so this is going to take an eternity, as you can tell, so a lot of this is not going to be on this episode. We're just going to have to skip through it. I decided on the way back to try to stop by the shop here and tried to customize this. Here it is. I was going to say, but I'm having a hard time. I drove around that entire building a couple of times trying to find it, and I could not find the location for it. All right, do a quick save. Okay, so we should be able to customize it now, and I hope... let's see, customize, and there should be an extension, which will help us a little bit, right? I mean, it gives us more than double what we had. $4 grand, it's a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. We're not going to be getting rid of this anytime soon, so let's go ahead and get rid of it, or get rid of it, upgrade it, get rid of it. Get rid of it. What am I saying? All right, so that's going to help us out tremendously having this. So I will head back to the farm there. We'll get the harvester unloaded. And I'll continue on with this contract. All right, we're back unloading here. I still think the harvester might hold more than what can go into the actual trailer, but it's going to save us at least half the trips, right? We're going to cut the trips in half, I should say. So that's a huge help. Huge help. Yeah, kind of what I expected. I did not think it was going to actually be able to unload all of it, but it was pretty close. So, not bad. Not bad. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to carry on here, gang. This is going to take way too long. All the trips back and forth of traveling to the sell point, which I didn't realize was that far away. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, Byron. Another version of Byron. Go ahead, buddy. This is going to take a long, long time. Yeah. Oof. It's going to take an eternity, probably. But anyway, we're going to continue at it. We will get it done between now and the next episode. And like I said, if for whatever reason, the next episode, there's nothing ready to harvest, which I don't think there will be, I'll do the fertilizing for the maize field off camera, just to kind of move it along a little bit, move the series along a little bit more, and I'll be back with you when it's time to harvest something. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit that, smash that like button, all that good stuff. More videos in the corners for you to check out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.